Good morning. It's November the 2nd, 2015, the start of regular time as opposed to daylight savings time, and hopefully everybody made the transition pretty well. I actually do the spring one better than I do the fall one. The fall one just kind of gets me discombobulated, so hopefully y'all haven't experienced my problems with it. Today's going to be an interesting day. The stocks in Asia are down. Stocks out of Europe are mixed. We're a little lower than we were on Friday. We awakened to several stories on the odds of the Fed's increasing interest rates in December. And that's pretty interesting because the economic news, manufacturing in China was below the forecast, below 50, which implies more quantitative easing, more support for their economy. Japan's numbers never excite anybody. Europe's basically told us that come December they're going to increase QE1, and then the articles out in the United States, conditions are right for the Fed to raise interest rates. But I put the article up there, the conditions that the Fed uses to make their decision. I mean, the numbers are fabricated. We all know that they aren't really what the Fed will be basing their decision on. So it's an interesting time. Again, the economy is so fragile. I don't see how the Fed can get out there and do anything at this time, but we'll know come December 16th. So here we are. Stocks were lower overnight. Treasuries are lower overnight. We do have some news today. PMI manufacturing. Everybody in Europe except for France and Spain came in higher than forecast. So PMI manufacturing is at 54.1. This number's been riding high to the ISM. The ISM at 50. And then construction spending, which no one will pay any attention to, is plus 0.4. So this number right here is where the market's focus will be, and I put an article up from Bank of America saying that the Fed can raise interest rates if this number is greater than 52. If people going back to work on this report show 225,000 this month, 225,000 in December. So we'll see how it plays out. The market has been pulled down to this high volume area. Now, if you don't think, you don't know where the market in treasuries is going literally to the tick. If you take out a low volume number, you're going to get to this high volume number. And there you have it. So this can really only help your trading, because you know where to place your entry and your exit orders. And over time, that adds to your bottom line, or can add to your bottom line. Okay, so we're going to have support really in this 12 area. And it's a high volume area. We do have news at, I believe it's 10 Eastern today. Yeah, 9:45 then 10. So the market's going to wait till the ISM number comes in. So our first little band of support is going to be 8.5 to 12. We are pointed lower, so let's make our first buy 9 to 5, and then 1 to 29. We'll put a question mark at 13. It's really going to boil down to the E-minis reaction to the news this morning. On the sell side, 17, 17.5, 18, 19, 19.5 is where we are. So selling failure to take out 16 to 20, so sell 1 will be 16 to 20. Might take a 15 to get in, and then 23 to 27 for sell 2. Okay, the knob spread came in. Why? Because the market sold. Knob spread expands when the market rallies. We got to get used to that. That's just the way it is. And we find ourselves at support 2. Now the high volume number, the first one we go to is 55.16. The low is 22. We have support at 24. We have support at 21. We got a dent at 18. We got a high volume number at 16. So the 16 to 20s, pretty good support. Last rotate down was 26. I've been overly aggressive on my bond purchases and sells. Our number 1 points, we're going to put a question mark at 25, have been blown through damn near every day. And then 1 to 5, leaning against 155, which is a round number. On the sell side, this trade's 29, 31 to 03, maybe as high as 7. We're currently, so 31 to 03, then we had this spill from London. We'll make it 11 to 15 for sell 2 and see what happens. Don't have real strong feelings this morning. It's, you know, it is Monday morning. You kind of come in and lots of stuff to be considered. Don't know how much the trading community was up last night watching Kansas City come back late to win the World Series. Everybody's happy out here. And I bet you that pitcher that argued his way into completing to playing in the 9th inning when he was about to be benched, he'll rue the day that he let his ego get in the way and let it go. But it was a chance to pitch 9 innings and make it into the record books. Team player, right? So much of what we do these days and what we see, it's just me, 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 me. And we need to change our thinking a little bit these days. We get pitched a line that it's for others and that we're compassionate. We're just taking care of other people. That's baloney when it comes from a politician. He's for lining his pockets. Okay, 35 down here is first support. So buy 1. The selling was in Asia. And it's interesting, Globex right here. The tail, they anticipated the dump in Asia. How do they know? So buy 1, 35 plus or minus. Buy 2, 30 plus or minus. Okay, China last night or over the weekend raised their peg for the yuan by 0.5. I think it was 5.8. I'm not don't hold me to that number. Which is a big move to the upside. The euro's up a little bit too off of that. So we've got a seller in the euro in the 1075, 111 area, and we definitely have a buyer below 110 even, and here we find ourselves at 1042. So pretty square distribution right here. It's leaning P, so we might get a little higher. We'll make our first sell 50 to 60. Pick up this London area right here. That is resistance, and then we'll make it 75 to 85 for sell 2. On the buy side, 110 even plus buy 1. Then 975 will be buy 2. Longer term, I still think it's a sell. But right now, pretty clearly in the trading range. The put an article up, or there's an article. I'll get it up from the guy who called the downturn in crude out of Singapore, and he says demand is increasing. He upped his increase for the year in demand, and the reason it's increasing is that the price of crude oil is pretty low. And he says OPEC will vote for no changes, and that we're going into a stabilization period, and that demand will pick up and raise prices with the drop in U.S. production. And we'll see if that happens. Canada and the United States shale oil and oil sand oil is more expensive to produce. Saudi Arabia, the Middle East still remains the low-cost producers, and if you want to get into a slugfest with them over time, they win. With their prolific spending patterns, they aren't as flexible as they used to be. So here we find ourselves in crude, 46 and a quarter, sell one. 650, 675, sell two. On the buy side, we got this high volume number at 38. We are pointed lower. We got this low volume number at 50. So 25 to 50 will be buy one, leaning against that low volume number and this high volume number right there. And then 45, 45, 44, 75 for buy two. And to everybody's favorite market, the E-mini. E-mini's today it's a couple of forces going through the market, and one of them we've always, at 1985, as long as we stay above 1985, it's going to be pretty easy to trade higher. So we've got this volume that was created in the 63, 65 area. Didn't quite get there. The London low, and we'll do a London split right here. Is right there. So we got Friday's lows. We got a pretty clean break in the market at 70. This other breakout here in Q came at 72. And then we got pretty solid selling up here in the 81, 82.50. And it jumps all the way up to 87. So this 80 to 87 areas, pretty good resistance, and we're going to have reasonable support at 65 to 70. So we'll go ahead and make our buy 71 to 66. We'll make a sell. I think we can go a little higher, 79 to 84, and then we'll pick up 88 to 90 for sell 2. Then on the buy side, 60 to 62. The news, PMI manufacturing, much higher than the U.S. estimate at 54.1. ISM manufacturing, 50. If it comes in less than 50, the market will rally. If it comes in greater than that, we'll sell, but it doesn't come till 10 Eastern. Construction spending plus 4/10. So this is the number the market will key off of, and it comes at 10 Eastern. Going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Get busy on that. Be back with you as soon as possible.